FANBOY Modeling School.
we gotta get into the Mandalorian, the Mando season.
Speaking of masterful things, you know what, Roy? I'm not gonna hold it against you, right? You know, you like Spider-Man, you like Mysterio. That's your fault. I'm sure rehab, a few sessions with a therapist will help wipe these things from your brain. Mandalorian season 1, masterful. It had its problems for sure.
Masterful.
It had its problems, but it was overall a fun ride. So, you know, we had a few things going on early on with season 2. We got the main character apparently leaving and never coming back and not filming the rest.
Wait, hold on. Whoa. This is being being a vehicle to insult me and a certain YouTuber that I listen to.
No. It's your ego. That has nothing to do with you and a certain YouTuber. This is widely reported on by multiple YouTubers. And what's the guy's name that plays Mando? I forget his name.
Pedro Pascal.
So, have you watched the latest trailer for the Mandalorian?
I have. It's horrible. It's garbage.
You think it's garbage?
It's almost all the same scenes from the other trailer.
What's a trailer?
No. You need to. Your homie, you need to listen up right now.
All right.
I'm gonna educate you. I understand you don't understand it. So, I want you to watch the first trailer,
right?
Then watch the second trailer, right? The second trailer is it's different angles of the same scenes.
I'm okay.
They're recycling the scenes. They're not showing us new characters, new planets.
Yeah.
So as I said,
right?
As I said that I'm a big believer in that theory that I believe that Pedro Pascal got into an argument with management and he stormed off the set and they kept filming without him.
Yeah.
And that he's not entirely in the season, which is why they don't have a lot of footage to create trailers with.
So allow me to pitch another idea, right?
And by the way, I'm referencing the videos and the YouTuber in question down in the description.
So allow me to pitch another thing right now. You're going to have to wrap your head around this because I know you've been reading Batman comic books, so you're not used to deeper ethereal thinking on certain topics. What if they are deciding...
I put up with you. Why do I put up?
What if they decided that they're not going to reveal the entire season? Two things can be true at the same time, right? One of the biggest complaints that we usually have as fans is that they revealed everything in the trailer. What if they just said, hey, you know what? Instead of doing the Game of Thrones thing, we're just going to say, this is what you need to see. You already know who all the famous guest co-stars are going to be for this season because we allowed that information to be leaked. So we're just going to show you what you need to see. And I guarantee most of that footage is from the first episode. I'm willing to put money on it.
I'm willing to bet it. So, basically the things I got to say is, the reason we haven't seen Ahsoka or anything like that is I bet you she's in the last 5 minutes of the last episode. That is stamped. I will bet you money on this.
Right.
Actual real money. Not that Monopoly crap, real money. But, what I'm saying is... But the other thing that I got to say, you're right, that's probably in the first 2 episodes. But what I'm saying is the company, it's interesting you have all these theories about why they would not show us new footage. But the truth is that Disney needs to bring in more viewers.
Yeah.
And so anyone that's on the fence of watching it, they don't want to make a second trailer and waste their time. They want to bring them in. So there's no motivation to not showing anything.
I agree with that statement to a certain point. I think there is a good motivation because I think that we've gotten too used in this stream instant gratification world that we live in for getting what we want. And I think one of the things that made the Mandalorian season 1 really good was you didn't know what you were walking into, right? Because we already know that they're way off the I hate saying this term, but they're way off the reservation on this one, right? The Mandalorians and the original source material had no problems taking their mask off. There's nothing leading up to this that leads me to believe that something changed so drastically in their culture to lock it up. Everyone put it on. Don't take them off again, right? So we're all go for it.
So that's what the legendary debate is. People are saying that he wanted his helmet off more often.
Yeah.
And so the question is why? It's so funny because Fellini's on that project.
Yeah.
And Fellini wrote the Mandalorian episodes of the Clone Wars in which they don't keep their helmets on.
So here's the thing, right?
He could let him take his helmet off.
Here's the thing. I'm not buying the whole Pascal. I mean, it could be true. It could be true. I'm just talking about my opinion here. I'm not buying the whole he's that diva actor, because then why did he do that one shot in Game of Thrones where he basically gets eviscerated, right? Like, someone with that type of ego is kind of, why would he be in a movie like the friggin' Kingsman, right? That was Kingsman 2. What, like,
Right.
if you're a thespian,
He's the cowboy killer or whatever.
if you're a thespian of that level, what I think is more than likely that happened is they had a disagreement on set, and he called the producer's bluff, or vice versa, and then he walked off. Apparently now everything's all good. Hopefully it doesn't impact the entire season, but I think there's an upside to this, right? So we've gotten a lot of speculation about who's going to be appearing in season 2. So people are originally saying the actor who played Bobo and Jango Fett is coming back to reprise his role as Captain Rex.
Boba Fett.
As Boba Fett.
So actually,
and Captain Rex.
yeah, it's possible he could. I've only heard the confirmation of Boba Fett. I think people are assuming that also Captain
Rex. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, Boba Fett, or at least his feet were in season 1.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
Right.
was he in Doom? What's the name of the squadron that saved Mando? I forget their name. It's like Death Patrol or something like that. Or
No, it's Death Watch. Death Watch saved him.
Death Watch.
No. So that's like a clan. I'm sorry to dork out right now. That's a clan. No, what it was is that the episode where he goes to Tatooine,
Mm-hmm.
they're hunting Ming-Na Wen. That actress Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah.
And when he looks at her profile, he goes, "Oh, she works for Jabba she used to work for Jabba the Hutt." And so later on, they kill her,
Yeah.
right? And so obviously we know who Boba Fett worked for Jabba the Hutt. So then later on, at the end credit scenes, you see 2 feet walking up to her, but you hear spurs, cowboy spurs. And so in Star Wars, the only character who's ever made noises while he walks is Boba Fett. He makes spur noises. Even though for some reason he doesn't have spurs. It's weird. But his feet walk up to her.
Yeah.
And he's just there. And like people speculated like that's Boba Fett. And I'm further speculating that I think he was probably either sleeping with her and he's pissed and he wants revenge. But like they were in the same gang together.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, right? Even if it's Boba Fett, I want more of that in The Mandalorian season 2. And let me tell you why. Let me make my pitch here. I think that when it comes to Star Wars, they should take a page. And I know a certain YouTuber is going to disagree with me here, because I just think that they should, when it comes to universe building, you got to start somewhere, right? So there's also speculation about sideshows jumping off, like people talking about Gina Carano, who, by the way, got the Chris Pratt treatment. We'll talk about her next week.
She did. Oh God.
Yeah, she got the Chris Pratt treatment of like a few weeks back. And there's been talk about her getting a show with, what's the woman's name from Battlestar Galactica? She was in the last Riddick movie. Did the voice for one of the...
Well, I know the character she's playing is Bo-Katan.
Yes.
She does the voice. She did the voice in the cartoon.
Right. So there's talk about them. Not whether or not any of this is confirmed. But this is a good opportunity to build for these possible shows in the latter half of the season of Mandalorian, of season 2. And I think if you do it well, it can be good, right? Because let's face it, right? How much more Baby Yoda Mando stuff do you think would they really have in them before people start getting burned? Before they start getting burned out. So we got to start opening the universe up, and I know you're not. Look, I'm throwing some advanced stuff at you, man. You've been reading Superman, Spider-Man, and freaking whatever else it is.
What do you read that's so sophisticated? What do you read that's so sophisticated?
Spawn.
What are you talking?
Todd McFarlane is a genius.
Biting everyone else's comics, bro. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I think this is a good way. If even you understand what I'm saying? Like, first half of the season, definitely let us get our fix of where's Baby Yoda going. I'm gonna get into that stuff in a second, because there's a big problem with Star Wars, and it's always the same problem. And then in the second half of the season, start building up what else is going on in the universe. Now, if we go back to the Baby Yoda and Mando thing, Star Wars is a linear story, right? Don't want to end up like The Rise of Skywalker and like in the Last Jedi.
He's judging you. He's judging you.
For the listening fans, Kal-El just popped in. Roy held up his voodoo doll of his deity in front of me. But like, you gotta admit, right? Like, they're gonna screw this up. There's a potential for them to screw this up with this linear story because you set unless they completely disavow the Rise of Skywalker and the Last Jedi, Baby Yoda dies on Luke's little farm there when Kylo Ren.
No. I got you. I already wrote this, bro. You don't even.
No. It doesn't matter what you wrote, bruh. It matters what the canon says, and canon says that he was either there or they got to explain where he was at.
You're jumping to all these conclusions. So here's
the. Hold on for a second. Wait. Am I jumping to conclusions or am I using the information that's been presented?
No, you're jumping to conclusions. So because you're using information that you have not been presented, as per usual. That's what's wrong with you, upstate people. So so check it out.
Right.
Season 2 is he looks for a Jedi.
Uh-huh.
He's been sent to look for a wizard.
Right.
At the last episode, he meets Ahsoka. Season 3 is that Ahsoka will lead him. They'll go on a quest to find Luke's school.
Right. And it'll be burned.
No, it won't be burned yet. It's not time for it. Okay. However, Luke will say he doesn't need to be at the school. He needs to go find his own kind. In which case they leave the school, and then season 4 they go and look for other Yoda people, which will lead to the mystery of who the Yoda people are.
Listen to me. What you've just described is the easiest way for this show to get canceled. No one's going to stick around. Maybe you and I will. We will. But no casual is going to stick around. Do you realize that you said season 2 and then season 3? People are burnt out of that shit after Game of Thrones. No one's sticking around for the big payoff in season 8 because they know there is.
People tune in for action and adventure and Baby Yoda antics, and meeting like references to other Star Wars properties. They're not gonna have a problem with him having quest and ongoing quest.
Let me fix it for you, right? I'm gonna fix it for you, right?
Oh, you're gonna fix it for me. You're gonna fix it.
I'm gonna fix it.
You, Steven is fixing it, guys. Everyone, pay attention.
So I'm gonna fix it for you, right? So here's what should happen, right? First half of the season, Mando and the baby are traveling around. They're doing some more of their Shogun and pup stuff. They should bump into Ahsoka in the last episode. Like you said, I agree with that portion. But if you're following all the extended canon that's going on now, there's another motley crew with two Jedis and a Night Sister running around that stem from the video game Fallen Order. Game's been canonized. It's been canonized. Everyone admits that it's canon. I think that they should.
You poor fool.
Keep
going.
I think that they should meet up and continue to expand the Star Wars universe as far away from anything to do with The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, and build that way. The closer you come to those
why you're wrong.
What wrong? You're a racist. You can't call me wrong.
So what it is Jon Favreau has already said that a series will explore the origins of the last First Order. So they're going to explain how Kylo Ren's empire got created.
Listen to me. You can't listen to that guy. He's telling you that, but they're not going to do that. Just think about all the stuff. What's the cowboy hat guy's name? Right? He wrote Rebels and
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni, the madman himself. He said a lot of stuff about Rebels and then Attack of the Clones. We didn't get most of the stuff that he promised, and he kept the story pretty.
It's true. He defines his own canon all the time, so who knows what.
But I'm just trying to fix this for you. I'm telling you right now, just take it from me, bro. If they
you say canonized, I want the reason why I said I laughed and thought it was laughable is literally every comic book, every novel, and every video game that has ever had anything to do with Star Wars has later on been ditched when creators don't want to deal with it.
So here's the thing. It's
not canon. Nobody cares. Nobody cares in the live action what a video game is doing.
No, listen to me. Everyone should care. You're just the only person who doesn't have a PlayStation 4.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's a great video game. I'm sure it's a great video game. It doesn't mean it means anything.
No, I will tell you what it is. It is quite possibly the best thing to happen to Star Wars in a long time. And until you play it, you have no evidence to say otherwise. But let me just say this.
It doesn't matter how good it is. I'll give you an example.
Hold on. Before you make your pitch, let me make my pitch in regards to this, right? The whole canon thing. I think now that it's out of the hands of George Lucas, we can really streamline what is canon and what's not canon. That's why all that expanded universe, Knights of the Old Republic nonsense had to go. Even though I like a lot of stuff from the Knights, I like a lot of stuff from the Old Republic. There are key Sith members that I really enjoy. I think their stories are really amazing. But the George Lucas era, the expanded universe, all that nonsense about, aliens with living body parts that are force resistant, that shit needed to be scrapped right away.
On Vaughn.
Yeah.
I love them.
They needed to be, that stuff needs to be scrapped. It's like, that's when you need an editor like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should lay off the heroin. Right? I'm telling you that if there's one or two ways for the Mandalorian season 2 to fail. First way is to give us too much Baby Yoda without any depth. If you just keep leaning on the cute factor, people are going to get, your hardcores are going to get sick of it. And then we know how hardcores turn to cancerous people on Twitter. And eventually they'll start turning other hardcores away from it.
They'll cancel Baby Yoda.
They'll cancel, he's a racist. The next way it fails is if they do exactly, and this is no offense to you, if they stretch the story out without not enough context and universe building outward, right? So every season should have a purpose, either to introduce something we haven't known about Star Wars or refamiliarize us with something that was great about Star Wars that they're making brand new again. If they stray from that formula, it's going to suck. You heard it here first, people. You can't argue with logic. My feelings have nothing to do with
So
this.
wait, how did my map not fulfill that?
Well, your map was like 8 seasons. It was the Game of Thrones map, man.
It's 4 seasons, you jackass.
It's the Game of Thrones map. Like, by the time season 6 rolls around, we find out that Baby Yoda's sleeping with his aunt, and that, it doesn't really matter if the dragons die or live because they have no real consequence on the story. That's where you're going with this whole thing. I'm sorry, I cut you off before. What were you gonna say?
I'm too infuriated to continue.
Fanboy Modeling School. Did you like what you heard? Check out the full episode. Just click the link down below. And remember to like, share, and subscribe.